So, I was like, I'm about to say, like, it's been 1 week since he looked at me. Anyway, it's been 2 days since the whole Cody not finishing his story. Everybody's, hell, everybody got the whole, we want Cody, hashtag, everybody's doing it. It should have been him, like he on some Dolph Ziggler. The Rock, everybody's like really mad and stuff at the Rock to the point that it's like, there's like I'm pretty sure that somebody's over here like I was like obviously it got into a real bad place where like people like oh there's opinions and then there's people that just too wild with it. There are people that's like he backstage politics his way out of it. This is just a cover up for all of the scandal that's been happening. This is his power move after becoming part of TKO when he sort of said something about being the head of the table. I want to say about a month ago, and that was before he was with TKO. So, you know, and as far as the scandal thing, I'm like, sure, yeah, but he also did his TKO thing during that whole scandal too. So therefore, that would have taken away from that as well. Um, but yeah. So anyway, this. So the way that it all is sounding almost makes me think of that. This is like this could be purposely like getting us all worked up. Now, I was like I got a few theories of why this could be a work. Now, I don't think it is. I think that I think that is the plan. I was like there's somebody I was like I seen on like Twitter that basically they're listening to the response because it's like one of the most disliked view videos. I was like, there's so much of the hashtag and all that other stuff, the outcry that is like everybody's like, oh shoot, we might flip it, that kind of thing. So we'll see. But I was like, I think there's a lot of stuff we got to consider in mind that either not necessarily like not only that it could be a work, but also how people are saying that he basically bully his way to get the spotlight and use his power and all this other stuff that people are just coming out the woodworks with could have also just been like that it could have been the plan but I could also see how it just happened. So obviously like I said he said about a month ago about head of the table, that would tell you that maybe this was already the plan. Like cause we already been talking about for about a month and a half, is he gonna face Roman or not. Then once Cody won the Rumble, I was like, everybody, I was like, and really kind of leading up to that, even before Cody won the Rumble, everybody sort of just I was like took away the thought that Rock and Roman could happen. When at the same time, I was like, they probably was doing that, like that. I forget what it's called, but where they basically try to tell you about it, so in the future you shouldn't be too mad about it. But they sort of try to give you that this might happen already. So you should already be prepared for that Cody might not face Roman at WrestleMania. I was like, so there's that. So in saying that, also the way that I mean, yes, you could piece together things really well because they're like you got really good people involved. But the way Cody also sort of said how he was going to take out Rumble, he's like, "What is finishing the story?" And he's like, "I want to take everything away from you." To me, that's like if there was a movie, this everybody be down with that plot of that the person's like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge, but I'm not gonna get revenge necessarily by taking you down. I'm gonna do everything else around you before I get to you. That sounds like a damn good movie. It's a movie that does really well. A lot of people like that movie. So here, I was like, it's a little different because your feelings get involved. Um, but on the other hand, the reason why it sort of seems like this may have not been the plan is obviously he won the Rumble. Because I was like, if this was the plan, that sort of seems weird. But at the same time, I guess the throw it in a way that it could be is that winning the Rumble gives you a guaranteed shot. And they probably didn't have, and it probably wouldn't have been any other way to be like, how does Cody get a guaranteed shot at Roman? And I was like, Damon Priest got the briefcase, so can't do nothing there. It's not certain at the Elimination Chamber, even though Punk alluded to it, that was going to be like a number one contendership of anything. So we don't know that part just yet. But that gives him a guaranteed shot. And to be honest, this seems like the first time I can recall that a Royal Rumble winner is basically like, I got the shot. It's already guaranteed in my hand. Who said I got to use that WrestleMania? Who says I have to do it that way? I got the guarantee. I could do what the hell I want to. And Cody being Cody, how he always politics around the whole damn thing anyway, seems like he would find this loophole. Now he's like, yo, if I would want to face your ass on a Tuesday, I'm going to face you on a Tuesday. So I was like, so that's why, like, on the other hand, I'm like, it can also be, that's been the plan, all at the same time that is, like, not the plan. I think also what maybe I've thrown a wrench in this is, and like I said, we still don't know what the plans are going to be, but I think the injury to Punk might have affected this, because we sort of feel like it was going to be Rollins and Punk at WrestleMania. And that way you could be like Cody and Roman. Cool. Now I was like, first Seth got hurt, so it like he'll be there for WrestleMania, but still. Then Punk gets hurt, so that marquee matchup is already tainted. So therefore, you need something there in order to place. Yes, they could do Drew, and they can build up something. Like I said, we don't know what that limited chamber is going to be. Because if it's not a number one contendership, you could throw Gunther in there. He can't go to the elimination chamber, but I was like, but if you don't do it that way, he could do something, gauntlet match or something. I don't know. Or the number one contendership, like we said. If not, so then it's like Seth needs a big matchup. I was like, you want him to have so it's like maybe their thinking is, if we let Cody get it, it still gets the star power it was deserving. And then it was like, damn, we got a break-in case of emergency. And they went to The Rock. Because, people have said, like, you don't need the title. And I don't think you need the title, but the problem is, he loses his title. What is really the point of doing a tribal chief, like, match? Like, I'm like, he's already defeated. I was like, at that point, he might be trying to keep the bloodline going, and then The Rock gonna kick him while he down. Or you want to be like, if you want to be the man, you want to be over here supporting the whole family, why don't you come defeat the guy who was over here feeding the whole family? And I'm like, to me, you got to have that guy on top. Now, like I said, it would have been better last year. Yeah. I was like, next year, you could have still done the match next year, but Rock's schedule, of like, Roman's been doing this for about 3 years or so. That's a lot of time. Like, everybody complains about, like, he ain't really working. I'm like, yeah, but he been busting his ass for 3 years. Like, come on, calm that down. Like, I'm like, everybody else, I'm like, Seth's only been doing this for basically like 8 months. You want to go to another long like MJF, he still ain't been doing it as long as Roman has. So I'm like, you might complain about this chunk. I was like, this year, but I was like, it was really after the Jay SummerSlam match. Then he sort of got like, there was like rumor that he got hurt and he took off the next pay per view, and then he was back at the next one. So to be honest, he has, it's been a low amount, but I'm like, he's been working hell a lot up until that time, but nobody wants to seem to remember that. Or that it fits in with his character, as he alluded to with the promo of being like, oh yeah, I work fewer matches, but I get paid more. It worked with his asshole character. That's what it does. So I think they had to break the glass on Rock. I think that I don't think they were necessarily going to. I think it was just a good option, because you could go, like I said, you could go to it any time. Hell, you could probably, I've heard people allude to that you could have did this at like a Saudi show or something like that, and you could have probably had it like for the title or something like that. But let's be honest, WrestleMania's biggest gig or whatever. But I think it's just because everybody's sort of like getting like hurt and nicked and stuff that I think that's why they were just like in order to fill out the card properly, we'll just do it like this. I think that's sort of what happened. But also what made me think it's sort of a work is because all the support for Cody from like Ricochet, Logan Paul, ex WWE guy Mustafa Ali. That's the only one I've seen so far, but that makes me suspicious. It makes it odd that it seems like not that saying that they would know that they'd be in the know of it, that they didn't get it shocked at that moment either. But it's really weird that it's like, okay, Logan Paul said that. I was like, that seemed like I feel like his character. I was like, Mustafa Ali is like, yeah, but I was like, but he's always sort of been like that guy too with his character. So, and I was like, I haven't seen anybody else's, and we'll see what they do on Raw. But that just sort of strikes me as odd of just like everybody's on the "we want Cody" thing, and now it seems like also I like it almost seems like they're listening to see how everybody reacts to it in a way that's like they can pivot, which makes me think like what is a ploy? What is the ploy? Like they already filled out the like they already done this like they done did this a couple times. I was like, obviously the Rock has came back twice, this year. So it's like, okay, cool. Rock is doing it's like good. He doing numbers. Okay, people want to see the Rock. There's always been in the rumor circle of Rock Roman. Then he did the table thing, and guess what? That got a lot of ups. That got a lot of views. This is the first. I was like, and this is the first time, really, to be honest, that it's been bad. When all them other ones, you could felt like it either alluded to that he might do something, and then when he says the head of the table thing, I was like, come on, man, he's over here telling you that he might. Why wouldn't you be like boo on that shit? But now everybody is. But that's why it also seems like I was like I was like some I think going in Raw, Stephen Larson, they were talking about like reenacting pretty much the Yes movement, but this time you're aware, and I could see that like I was like you build a I was like that template was built up through bullshit, but it happened. So now, how do you do it in real life? You get the one that everybody wants. You get the person that everybody don't want to see continue having a title. And I was like, you throw in somebody that everybody gonna be like, he don't deserve to go in there. He doesn't deserve to take to the line and whatnot. I was like, now you got the biggest publicity ever. You throw the Rock in the middle of all that. Guess what that makes? Cody even bigger. Because the thing is, it's like you say all that you want to. Like the Rock is the biggest thing, and Roman's pretty good, like pretty well known. I was like, Cody is wrestling known. So you throw the Rock in there, but I was like, who this damn Cody person? Who this Cody person? You know what? The Rock shouldn't jump in front of people. I don't like when people do that in real life, yet alone in this life. I'm just saying. I was just saying. I can see. I was like, if we got the wool, we'll never know whether if they keep it or they switch it. We won't know for a while. A while later about whether this was the plan or not the plan, whether they did it or not. But I can see it as gotcha, bitch. Anyway, so what do you think? Do you think this is all for play? Do you think this is like legit? Do you think it just happened because of the injuries, to the other championship? What do you think about this? I was like, I might have been a little bit all over the place with my thinking, doing the whole, like, trying to tie the strings and stuff with the whole conspiracy of it all. But, because I could see how this can work at the same time. But let me know what you think. Anyway, well, I guess we'll see as more news unfolds.